Arsenal could hold the key to shock Rodrygo transfer after stunning twist amid £75 million Adidas deal. Arsenal may have just found a surprising edge in the race to sign Real Madrid star Rodrygo, with an unexpected twist unfolding as the summer transfer window heats up. The Brazilian forward's future at the Bernabeu has come under growing speculation following limited involvement during Real Madrid's recent pre-season tour in the United States. Since their semi-final exit to Paris Saint-Germain in the Club World Cup, Rodrygo has barely featured, sitting on the bench as an unused substitute against the Champions League holders and making just a 5-minute cameo during the knockout rounds. This comes in contrast to his early performances, where he started the opener and even assisted Gonzalo Garcia in a 1-1 draw against Al Hilal. His reduced playing time and shift down the pecking order, losing his spot first to Brahim Diaz and then Arda Güler, have prompted several Premier League giants to circle. Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham are all reportedly monitoring the 24-year-old situation, but it's the Gunners who may now have the upper hand. According to Spanish outlet Marca, Rodrygo caused a stir on his return to training at Real Madrid's Valdebebas complex, stepping onto the pitch wearing the latest Adidas F50 boots. The significance? Rodrygo has been a Nike athlete for over a decade. This unexpected switch to Adidas has raised eyebrows and fueled speculation of a deeper connection brewing behind the scenes. Arsenal, of course, rejoined forces with Adidas in 2019 after years with Nike and a stint with Puma. That partnership was extended 3 years ago and is now worth a staggering £600 million through 2030, reportedly bringing in £75 million per season. Could Rodrygo's sudden shift to Adidas signal more than just a change in footwear? With Arsenal closely aligned with the brand and on the hunt for elite attacking talent, this seemingly small detail might be a sign of something much bigger on the horizon. While the boot change might seem minor on the surface, in the world of elite football, such moves often signal much more than just brand preference. For many insiders, Rodrygo's shift to Adidas hints at the early stages of a potential commercial and sporting alignment with Arsenal, a club deeply intertwined with the German sportswear giant. The buzz hasn't gone unnoticed. Arsenal fans have taken to social media to speculate wildly about the forward's next move, with some even pointing to the club's existing Brazilian core, Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, and Gabriel Magalhães, as an appealing factor for Rodrygo. The Emirates Stadium has become something of a home away from home for top Brazilian talent, and manager Mikel Arteta's progressive, high-tempo style could suit Rodrygo's pace and creativity perfectly. Behind the scenes, it's understood that Arsenal are actively monitoring Rodrygo's situation. Sources close to the club suggest they are weighing up a potential move should Real Madrid open the door. And with Madrid having recently secured Kylian Mbappé, Arda Güler continuing to impress, and Endrick arriving in 2025, space in the starting 11 is getting tighter. From a financial perspective, Arsenal's extended £600 million Adidas deal has given the North London club not only a massive boost in revenue but also additional leverage in attracting Adidas-sponsored players. With £75 million coming in per season, the Gunners are better positioned than ever to make marquee signings without breaching financial fair play rules. At the same time, Rodrygo's situation is being watched closely in Spain. Spanish media has been quick to pick up on his reduced role, and Marca even described his current standing in the squad as uncertain. Although no official statements have been made by Real Madrid or Rodrygo's camp, the silence is only adding fuel to the fire. If Arsenal were to land Rodrygo, it would be seen as a major statement of intent, not just for the Premier League title race, but also for their ambitions on the European stage. Bringing in a Champions League proven winger, still just 24, would instantly elevate the club's attacking options and send a clear message: Arsenal are ready to compete at the very highest level. With weeks still to go before the transfer window closes, and plenty of movement expected at top clubs across Europe, this story is far from over. But if subtle signs are anything to go by, Rodrygo to Arsenal might be less of a dream and more of a developing reality. Victor Gyökeres set for Golden Boot mission at Arsenal as Mikel Arteta targets historic season. Victor Gyökeres is stepping into the most exciting chapter of his career, and it couldn't come at a better time for Arsenal. After a record-breaking 39-goal season in Portugal, the Swedish striker arrives in North London with one clear mission: fire the Gunners to glory and chase down the Premier League Golden Boot. Following weeks of intense discussions and speculation around several striker targets, Gyökeres emerged as the man. He was Andrea Berta's top recommendation, and once Arsenal made their move, insiders within the club quickly agreed his profile was the perfect fit. Experienced, relentless, and with an eye for goal, Gyökeres is more than just a new signing, he's a statement. And Mikel Arteta isn't hiding what he wants from his new number 9. Gyökeres has been brought in for one primary reason: goals. Lots of them. After narrowly missing out on the European Golden Shoe, despite scoring more goals than Kylian Mbappé, GYöKERES arrives with a point to prove. He finished with 58.5 points, 1.5 points per goal in the Portuguese league, just behind Mbappé's 62, 2 points per goal in La Liga. Had he played in one of Europe's top 5 leagues, the award could have been his. Now, in the world's most competitive league, he'll get that chance. Arsenal fans are understandably buzzing. Not only does GYöKERES bring firepower, but he could also help deliver something the club has rarely seen in recent years, a Golden Boot winner. In the past 12 seasons, only Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has claimed the honour, sharing it with Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mané in 2018-19 with 22 goals. Before that, Arsenal legends like Thierry Henry, 4-time winner, and Robin van Persie, 2011-12, set the standard. With the likes of Erling Haaland, Alexander Isak, and Salah still in the mix, GYöKERES will need to be at his clinical best. But if his form in Portugal is anything to go by, he's more than ready. He'll also be up against a new wave of striking talent. Benjamin Eko is set to land in the Premier League, with both Manchester United and Newcastle interested. João Pedro impressed for Chelsea in pre-season, while other contenders like Ollie Watkins, Jean-Philippe Mateta, and Chris Wood will all back themselves to push for the top scorer's prize. Statistically, the bar is high. Over the last 5 seasons, the average Golden Boot winning total stands at 27.6 goals. But in the past 3 seasons alone, that number has jumped to an average of 30.7. If GYöKERES wants the crown, he may need to cross the 30-goal mark yet again. Still, in a system built around fluid attacking play, and with creators like Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, and Gabriel Martinelli behind him, the stage is perfectly set. Arsenal doesn't just want to compete this season, they want to dominate. And if GYöKERES hits the ground running, he might not just win the Golden Boot, he could fire the Gunners to their first Premier League title in over 2 decades. GYöKERES' arrival has already sent shockwaves through the Premier League, not only for what he brings on the pitch but for what it represents. Arsenal are done playing it safe. This is a club chasing the title with real intent, and GYöKERES is being backed to lead that charge. His goal-scoring numbers from last season were no fluke. At Sporting CP, he didn't just thrive, he dominated. Across all competitions, the Swedish international registered 43 goal contributions, 39 goals and 4 assists, showcasing not only clinical finishing but also impressive movement, physicality, and link-up play. It's this complete package that convinced Mikel Arteta he had found the striker Arsenal had long been searching for. More than just numbers, his mentality has won over many inside the club. Described by those close to him as fiercely competitive, intensely focused, and constantly evolving, GYöKERES has the kind of mindset Arteta demands from his players. He's arriving hungry, not just to prove himself in England, but to win. And that mindset is already having ripple effects. Inside the Arsenal training camp, sources say the atmosphere has shifted. There's a growing belief that this could be the season. The club came agonizingly close to the title last year, and this summer's transfer business, highlighted by GYöKERES' signing, feels like the missing piece is finally in place. His presence is also set to bring the best out of those around him. Bukayo Saka, who has led Arsenal's scoring charts over the past 2 seasons, now has a powerful, intelligent striker to link up with. Gabriel Martinelli, another explosive talent, could find more space as defenders shift their focus to GYöKERES. And Martin Odegaard, Arsenal's creative heartbeat, will likely thrive with a true no-9 making constant runs and opening passing lanes. But with big expectations come big challenges. The Premier League is a different beast from the Portuguese top flight. Defenders are stronger, faster, and more tactically disciplined. Arsenal's fixture list is demanding, and the club is also returning to Champions League football with higher ambitions. The pressure on GYöKERES will be immediate and intense. Fans and pundits alike are already debating, can he replicate his form in England? Will he cope with the physicality? Is he the long-term solution up front? Arteta's faith suggests the answers to all 3 may be yes. Meanwhile, reactions from rival fanbases have been mixed. Some downplay his achievements, citing the perceived inferiority of Liga Portugal. Others, however, recognize the raw threat he poses and are watching closely. There's a sense that if GYöKERES adapts quickly, Arsenal may have pulled off one of the most impactful transfers of the summer. It's still early days, but one thing is clear, Arsenal haven't just signed a striker, they've sparked a new wave of belief. Now, the real test begins. If GYöKERES can hit the ground running, stay fit, and rise to the occasion in big matches, the Golden Boot could be well within reach. And if that happens, he won't just be remembered as a great Arsenal signing, he could become a legend. Viktor Gyökeres handed Golden Boot mission at Arsenal as Arteta aims for historic season. Viktor Gyökeres isn't just Arsenal's new No. 9. He's arriving in North London with a clear mission: challenge for the Premier League Golden Boot. After an explosive season in Portugal, where he netted 39 goals for Sporting Camp, the Swedish striker is stepping into the biggest moment of his career, just as the Gunners look ready to hit their highest level in decades. His arrival comes after weeks of speculation and internal debate over Arsenal's next striker. But when the dust settled, Gyökeres was the clear favourite, not just for his profile or playing style, but for one simple reason: he scores goals. A lot of them. Now, Mikel Arteta has handed him a mandate: be the difference maker in front of goal. A proven goal machine with something to prove. Gyökeres dominated the Portuguese league last season, falling just short of the European Golden Shoe, ironically not because of a lack of goals, but due to the league's lower weighting in UEFA's point system. His 39-goal haul earned him 58.5 points, just behind Kylian Mbappé, who won the award with 31 goals in La Liga, 62 points. Now, with every Premier League goal worth the full 2 points, Gyökeres has a real shot at rewriting that outcome. And Arsenal fans are ready to believe. For years, the Gunners have lacked a true out-and-out goal-scorer, someone who lives for the penalty area, thrives on pressure, and delivers in big moments. The last time Arsenal had a Premier League Golden Boot winner was in 2018-19, when Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang shared the honour with Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mané. Before that, it was Robin van Persie in 2011-12, and of course, the legendary Thierry Henry, who claimed the title 4 times between 2002 and 2006. Gyökeres now carries that legacy, and the weight of expectation. Beating Holland, Salah, and the rest. Winning the Golden Boot won't come easy. Erling Haaland remains the man to beat after taking the league by storm. Mo Salah, Alexander Isak, and even rising stars like Ollie Watkins and Jean-Philippe Mateta will also be in the mix. Then there are the new challengers. Benjamin Eko is being chased by Manchester United and Newcastle. João Pedro has impressed in Chelsea's pre-season. And every year, someone unexpected emerges. Just ask Chris Wood. Still, there's a growing feeling that Gyökeres might be the one to shake up the race. He's strong, clinical, and relentless. Exactly the kind of striker Arsenal system has been waiting for. How many goals does it take? Over the last 5 seasons, the average Golden Boot winner has scored 27.6 goals. But in the past 3, that number jumps to 30.7. Which means if Gyökeres wants to make history, he'll likely need to hit the 30-goal mark, again. But unlike in Portugal, every one of those goals will carry full weight here. In the Premier League, each strike matters not just on the scoreboard, but in the race for personal and club glory. A new era begins. For Gyökeres, this isn't just a fresh chapter, it's a defining one. He's gone from being a standout in the Portuguese league to stepping onto the biggest stage in world football. And Arsenal? They've gone from nearly their contenders to a side that genuinely looks ready to bring home silverware. If this partnership clicks, it could be the story of the season. The Golden Boot isn't just a dream anymore, it's a target. And Viktor Gyökeres is aiming straight for it. Arsenal's title hopes tied to Gyökeres' form. For Mikel Arteta, the signing of Viktor Gyökeres isn't just about goals, it's about timing. With the team finally maturing after seasons of steady progress, Arsenal's window to win is wide open, but far from permanent. The midfield is humming, the defence is solidified, and the young core led by Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, and William Saliba is entering its prime. Now, Gyökeres is expected to be the final piece, the one who turns dominant performances into wins, and narrow matches into title-saving moments. Arteta is reportedly tailoring parts of the system to suit his new striker's strengths. Pre-season sessions have focused on building chemistry between Gyökeres and Arsenal's playmakers, especially with Odegaard and Saka, who are expected to feed him with a constant supply of chances. Insiders at London Coney say Gyökeres has already made a strong impression in training, both with his intensity and his movement off the ball. His physicality, hold-up play, and pressing instincts offer Arteta a new dimension up front that neither Gabriel Jesus nor Eddie Nketiah could consistently deliver. Pressure and expectation. Can he handle it? The Premier League is a different beast, and Gyökeres knows it. While his scoring record in Portugal was electric, he'll now face tighter defences, higher tempo, and relentless scrutiny from English media and fans alike. But those close to the player say he thrives under pressure. His journey from Sweden to the Championship with Coventry, and then to Sporting CP, has shaped a mentally tough, resilient forward. At 26, he's no longer a prospect. He's a product, ready for the main stage. And Arsenal fans are buying in. Shirt sales have surged since his signing. His name is already being sung in pre-season friendlies. There's a buzz, a hope, that this time, the Gunners have finally landed the striker they've needed since Henry. What the experts are saying. Pundits are split, some calling GYöKERES a masterstroke, others urging caution. He's got the tools to succeed, said former striker Ian Wright on Match of the Day. But this is Arsenal. Expectations are sky high, and the fans won't settle for 12 or 15 goals. If he gets 25 plus, the title race gets very real. Sky Sports analyst Jamie Carragher was more sceptical, noting the massive step-up in weekly opposition from the Liga Portugal to the Premier League. But even he admitted GYöKERES offers something different, a direct, aggressive presence Arsenal has lacked since the peak of Van Persie. Meanwhile, online reaction has leaned positive. Arsenal's fanbase has rallied behind the idea of GYöKERES being not just a top scorer, but a potential fan favourite. Could he be Arsenal's next Golden Boot winner? It's been 12 years since Arsenal last celebrated a Golden Boot winner, and even then, Aubameyang shared it. In a league dominated by Holland's freakish numbers and Salah's consistency, GYöKERES will need a spectacular season to claim the crown outright. But he's capable. And if Arsenal's midfield keeps clicking and Saka stays healthy, the chances will come. Based on his expected role, GYöKERES could realistically average 2.5 to 3.0 shots on target per game. Combine that with his elite conversion rate from Portugal, and the 30-goal benchmark doesn't look out of reach. More than just a striker. Yet even if the Golden Boot eludes him, GYöKERES' impact could be measured in other ways. How he links up play, how he presses from the front, and how he creates space for others. Arteta's Arsenal is a collective force, and while goals are vital, so is system synergy. If GYöKERES brings all of that, Arsenal won't just have a new striker. They'll have a contender.